For me, happiness is measured in success. Success is measured in work, miles walked, experiences, adventure, physical and mental challenges, moments in time, peace. In 2021, I found myself on another adventure, into the unforgiving bluffs of Driftless, Minnesota. Like every adventure, it started with boots on the ground, walking, lots of it. This is my favorite part of the entire process. Maybe it's because with a single turn of the head, your heart drops and your eyes lock onto an unfamiliar tine sticking out from the snow. Or maybe it's because I simply love to explore new areas, to venture into the unknown, not knowing what lays ahead. Southeast Minnesota is known for its giant whitetails and abundance of public land hunting opportunities. Steep, rugged terrain that fights back. I quickly realized my limits would be tested once again. It may be the discomfort in which I was seeking, or that sense of curiosity and wonder, difficult for me to put into words. Or maybe it's just this. In this world we live in today, I'm just trying to find my peace.
We're in Minnesota. It's cold. Lots of snow. I saw a bunch of tracks going into this private chunk over here. There's a bunch of public behind it. I wasn't gonna check this one out first, but might just as well. Looks like there's a big trail going in there. Might find an antler real quick. Careful, slide right into the old river here. I'm up where I wanted to be here. South facing slope on these little bottom slopes. And there's just beds scattered all the way along this edge here. Pretty good one. 2 3-year-old. 3/4 of the way to my destination. I don't think I caught one deer track. Lots of coyote tracks, lots of fur bears, no deer so far.
Wow, that's something right there. Look at that. Beautiful. Buck bomb.
Dead deer right there. Another one right here. Big skull up here that's old, that's not from this new kill. Quick chip chocolate chip cookies, Marble menthol, Coca-Cola, baby water bottle. Sweet. Yeah, I'm not taking that one. It's full of shit.
Pretty decent bottom as far as deer sign goes, so obviously as soon as you start seeing the deer signs, a bunch of people, I'm running out of room in this pack for all this trash.
The woods, to me, is a place to get away from people. And then when you're walking through it and you see a bunch of shit that reminds you of more people, slobs, it's just annoying to me. Oh yeah.
That year, Minnesota had a youth gun hunt from October 21st through the 24th. The regular gun season started November 6th. I planned on hunting the 25th to the 5th if need be. They gave me 12 days to put down a buck. 2021 was a really tough year for me as far as time in the woods. I just started a video production business about 3 or 4 years prior. I was working every week, every weekend. I knew that time in the spring and the winter time was the time I needed to get my work done as far as scouting and ground scouting goes. I put a lot of miles on in the winter time. I knew I wasn't gonna have a whole lot of time in the summer and the early fall to make my trips down to Minnesota. I was really banking on that wintertime scouting. So being I had to wait for the early gun season to be done, that October 21st to the 24th, there was that youth antlerless gun season. And I really wanted to start my vacation early. So I decided to hit up Wisconsin for a couple of days before I went over to Minnesota.
Nothing better than knowing you got a lot of bow hunting ahead of you. Just get my stuff packed up here, headed south. Come through early, and I
heard some grunting. All of a sudden I saw a rat coming through the CRP, and he came and laid down right behind this bush at about 35 yards. Got the heart racing a little bit, but I don't really want to shoot that thing. I couldn't, if that was a big buck, I couldn't have got an arrow at him anyways. And that would have been heartbreaking, but it's funny because that buck did not come and lay down until the thermals started going up. He was laying there for a little bit and he must have got my thermals because I could feel him going up. All of a sudden he popped his head up, he's looking around. He knew something wasn't right, so he slowly walked back into the CRP grass.
Hunted a couple more days in Wisconsin without much luck. Had a guy come and set up some stands in front of me, take a leak. It's a good time. So my first day in Minnesota saw 0 deer. On the 26th, I went in to hunt. They were putting in power lines on the draw that I was gonna hunt. So I quick made a move to an area close by just to get in the tree. And it paid off.
I snuck in here between these 2 points here with a southeast wind. Had lots of northerly points, so I figured southeast wind would be good. Snuck up in here and noticed I jumped a deer going up the draw. I jumped a deer down this point here, and I'm like, man, there's a lot of deer in here. Oh, I jumped everything, you know. Just kind of went down here and sat on the ground next to these poplar trees. Acorns are dropping, and that's why they're in here. So I'm sitting here, acorns are dropping. Nothing's coming. All of a sudden, I hear something coming down from this point. I was like, this is stupid. I'm just wasting my time. So I didn't even set up my camera. All I have is my GoPro and my bow. I didn't even set up my camera. I could have easily. I don't know how big he was. He was like 40, 50 yards away. I had a broadside clear shot. Big body, nice size antlers. I don't know, 125 inches maybe. And if I was set up, I could have killed that thing. If I did it right. You live and you learn, all right. I should have just had my camera up, but he came off that point and started cutting up the draw. My thermals are going down the draw. Got me.
Just standing in the Walmart parking lot, baby. Just getting my stuff all packed up here for the night's sleep. Man, I was thinking about that buck this morning or tonight. Could be dragging a buck out right now, but that was meant to happen. I don't know exactly why yet. To teach me a lesson. Because there's bigger and better things coming. There's more to the story. I don't know. Something's happening. And I like it. just got this new urge of energy just because of it, you know? Didn't come off of that point until the thermal started dropping, and literally the thermal started dropping like 10 minutes before dark. It wasn't, you know, it was like 5 o'clock, getting cooler. I'm like, when are these thermals dropping? I don't know, it's different in every spot. That's kind of cool that he didn't move until then. I just keep thinking about it over and over again. Things they could have done different, why things happened the way they did, and stuff like that. Game plan for tomorrow, laying in my sleeping bag. Over and out. See you tomorrow, October 27th.
There's a lot of struggle involved in this. There's a lot of struggle involved in our videos, and it's not always sunshine and rainbows, I'll tell you that. In this particular video, there was a lot of no deer. Lots of hunts with not seeing deer.
October 25th, packing out. Didn't see one deer from the tree. October 27th, packing out. Didn't see a deer. October 30th, walking out. Didn't see shit. I'm out here.
There was only one other day in the middle of the chaos that turned out to be productive, and that was October 29th, Yellow Maple Ridge.
Headed in. October 29th, 4 a.m. Ready to roll, baby.
Been sitting in the tree for a good hour already, watching it get light out. I made a big circle around, walking the dry creek bed in, and I T-boned it straight to my tree. I'm sitting in a little straggly oak tree. Gotta keep my eyes peeled because it's windy today. 15-mile-an-hour winds. Gusts up to 30. I have on the camera here. Pulled it right before the rain yesterday. Jumped a couple deer on this point over here. Bunch of scrapes on the bottom. There's a scrape on top. I checked that camera that was sitting there, and it wasn't working at nighttime. But I do have daylight pictures of a decent 8-pointer up here. There's 3 side hill trails, one below me I crossed, 2 above me, 15 yards, 45 yards to the top. I usually don't sit this low, but the wind is really consistent here. Sit all day, see what happens. Hopefully we get a good bucket.
Man, if I can get into a good setup without getting screwed up, please, if I could just get into a good setup, that's all I need to kill a deer. I just need to have that perfect access route, that perfect tree picked out, that perfect everything to line up on the right day. And I had this plan in my head. I went to the parking lot and boom, there's like 6 trucks and a camper in there. And I'm like, no, there's only so many spots in this public land chunk that you're gonna be able to hunt. And I was like, dude, I'm not gonna go back and play games with some guy and, you know, deal with that. So I had a plan B. I ended up driving down the road, found a new spot, no trucks, and I was like, all right, let's give this a try.
It's Halloween. I was gonna go sit in an area that I scouted on the backside of some crop fields because I wanted to get next to some does, man. Pulled into the parking lot, 6 trucks and a camper. I don't know where they're all sitting or whatnot. I just figured, I'm like, screw this, I'm done dealing with people. So I went and checked out my plan B, no truck. So I figured, why not? So now I'm set up on the opposite side of where I was set up, hoping that these does are gonna be bedding on this side with northwest winds, but there'll be bucks cruising this ridge top. But I'm kind of set up like an idiot. A lot more than I wanted to. Wind's kind of swirling a little bit. I don't know. I'm not liking the setup. Just moved about 100-something yards. I was sitting on the ground debating on what I wanted to do. Here comes the doe. Turns out I was like 100 yards off location this morning. So I came over here to set up and busted a bunch of does. There's gotta be some bucks coming through. Wind's swirling right now a little bit. I don't know what do you do, man? This is where I need to be. If you're up there, you're not getting shots down here.
It was a constant battle in my head. I mean, it was just like good and evil going back and forth. And I was just like, just stay positive, even though everything was going wrong.
Almost 3 o'clock. Still sitting that little chunk where I moved and bumped the does. Wind's still a little swirly. Had a little buck come in at 12:45. Just walking around, looking around. Busted me. Could have shot him though. Just waiting on a big one, you know. A little closer to dark here, we can get something moving. Looking for some does. Hope so. It's kind of a sweet little spot. Wish the wind would cooperate. If I could get a consistent wind here somehow, it'd be actually a dynamite spot. Where was that nice buck on the other side of the ridge that I didn't shoot? That was a pretty nice one. I'd shoot him if he came in. Try to smoke them, baby, yeah. That was the same freaking buck, dude. That was the same buck that I had the other night. I'm pretty sure I smoked him, hard shot through the shoulder. One shoulder. I'm shaking, man. I'm pretty sure he's toast. I don't know. I didn't get very good penetration. I think that was a hard shot, though. I'm scared now. I don't know what kind of shot that was. I hope it was a hard shot. I had just a little opening right here. Some leaves and stuff. And my wind swirling around. I was like, man, I can't wait for this bigger opening. I had to do it. I had to do it, man. I had to do it. What's up, dude? The same buck, dude. 120s on or 130s. I don't know about the shot, man. It didn't pass through. It didn't penetrate very good, dude. But it had to have went through that first shoulder, man. It's like perfect shoulder. But I mean, I think just a little bit behind the shoulder even, but I hope. No, he was like broadside at 15 yards, man. I don't know, dude. I mean, that's a hard shot, right? Yeah. Yeah, but
Man, so instantly I thought that buck was dead. Then I started second guessing myself. I'm like, how much penetration did I get? What exactly happened with the arrow? Called Sky. He was in Iowa helping his dad. So he was pretty close to me. And a couple hours later, we were tracking that buck.
Hoping it hit the heart. Hopefully it's fatal. Hopefully it got enough penetration. I think so. What do you think, Skyler?
I think it did. I think we saw some blood coming out.
I think it looked good. I went up to impact before I left, and it looked like bright red blood. If the blood looks iffy, I think I might want to just back out. If it's looking really nice, which I think it's gonna, I think we're just gonna find this thing. I'm just talking a little lower than normal, just because it's a little windy, but I don't want to be like, oh, yelling and shit and jumping deer. Broke off and spout. I mean, if that went in that far, thing's gotta be dead, dude.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
There's blood all over this.
He's toast.
Blood all over that branch down there.
He's pouring out now, dude.
There he is, dude.
Is that him? Yeah.
That's him.
I think. Here, hold the light on.
You sure?
Positive.
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, he's a freaking nice deer, dude.
Jeez. Dang. Wow. What the frick? That is a freaking sweet buck.
Oh my god, dude.
Dude, what the frick? What a freaking Minnesota beast.
Let's go, baby. Yeah. Woohoo.
Wow.
What a freaking. Oh shit, man.
He's rock solid, dude. Hang on.
It looked nice coming in. That was the same buck that I saw that morning, dude, or that afternoon. Shit. Oh man, little.
Dude, that thing is nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dude.
Minnesota 2021. That was a trip to remember. Can't wait for the next one.